Over the past year, faceless TikTok slideshows have completely blown up, and a lot of people, myself included, have been making real money off it using TikTok's own creator rewards program. But here's what I noticed once I actually got into it. Almost everyone teaching this online has never run an account that made a single dollar from it. They're teaching theory, not experience. Most people assume growing a faceless slideshow page comes down to picking a good niche and posting nice-looking photos, so they spend all their time hunting for pretty images and writing catchy captions, thinking that's the job. But if you look at the accounts actually pulling in thousands of dollars a month from this, the images were never the hard part. The thing separating the accounts making real money from the accounts stuck at a few hundred followers is almost never the content itself. It's whether the account can survive long enough and consistently enough to actually get paid. I've run faceless slideshow accounts through TikTok's creator rewards program myself, and I've watched the exact same pattern play out over and over. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how the payout system actually works, what the algorithm is really scoring you on, how to find a niche that isn't already flooded, and the one thing that decides whether you actually make money from this or just burn out after 2 weeks like most people do. Let's start with how you actually get paid, because most people get this part wrong. TikTok pays you through the Creator Rewards program, and once you're accepted, you get paid a rate per 1,000 qualified views, not just any view. A qualified view is someone who watches past the first 5 seconds, so a video with 1 million views, but a weak hook, can pay you far less than a shorter video with a strong one. To get accepted into the program in the first place, you need 10,000 followers, and your rate per 1,000 views is decided by a few specific things. How long people actually watch your videos, how much of the video they complete, whether your audience is based in higher value regions like the US or the UK, and how engaged your following actually is. That rate isn't fixed either. It moves depending on how well your content performs, which means 2 accounts posting the same number of videos can end up making completely different amounts of money. That explains how the money works, but it doesn't explain why most accounts never get anywhere close to it. And that's because almost nobody is actually hitting the numbers the algorithm is looking for. Here's what almost nobody tells you about the algorithm side of this. TikTok is specifically watching your average watch time, and you want that sitting somewhere around 12 to 25 seconds per video, which sounds easy until you realize most people lose viewers in the first 5 seconds, because they open with a slow intro or an unclear hook. The first few seconds of your slideshow decide almost everything, because that's when someone decides whether to keep watching or scroll past. So if your first slide doesn't instantly make sense or create curiosity, the rest of the slideshow doesn't matter. The algorithm already wrote you off. On top of that, TikTok has cracked down hard on unoriginal content, so reposted or barely edited content from other pages will get you flagged and eventually removed from the program entirely. Everything you post now needs to actually be yours, your own images, your own text, your own structure, which sounds like more work, but it also means the competition just got a lot smaller, because most people won't put in that effort. So now you understand the payout system and what the algorithm is actually scoring. The next question is what to actually post, and this is where people either find something that compounds for months or copy whatever's trending this week and burn out just as fast. The niches that actually last are the ones you build a system around instead of chasing one viral format. Quizzes, riddles, relationship content, and trend conversions. Taking a format that's already proven to work and putting your own angle on it, all of these hold up because they're repeatable, not because any single post goes viral. The mistake most people make is finding one winning format, milking it for 2 weeks, running out of ideas, and quietly abandoning the account. The accounts that actually reach 10,000 followers and get monetized are the ones still posting 3 months later, long after everyone else who started the same week has already quit. And that brings me to the actual thing that decides whether any of this works for you, and it has nothing to do with finding a better niche or a better hook. It's whether you can keep showing up daily without it turning into a second job. Building a slideshow properly takes real time, sourcing images, writing text for every single slide, formatting it so it doesn't look thrown together, and then remembering to actually post it at the right time, every day, for months. Miss a few days because life gets busy, and the algorithm doesn't just pause your progress. It treats you like a less reliable account, and starts showing your content to fewer people than before. This is exactly the gap I closed by moving my accounts onto Slyde. Instead of building one slideshow a day and hoping I remember to post it, I batch create 30 at once using their template library, built around formats that are already proven to drive saves and shares, which is what actually pushes a slideshow into more feeds. Slyde schedules everything to post automatically through TikTok's own official posting system. At the times, my specific audience is actually active, so the daily grind and the risk of missing a day both disappear at the same time. And because it's watching for slideshow formats that are starting to spike, it can roll a version of that format out across my accounts before the trend has already cooled off, which is usually the difference between an account that plateaus and one that actually breaks past 6 figures in followers. So if you're serious about this, understand the payout system, hit the actual watch time numbers instead of guessing, pick a niche you can repeat for months instead of one you'll burn out on in 2 weeks, and then remove yourself as the bottleneck by systemizing the posting side of it. That's genuinely the difference between the people making a few $100s and the people making thousands from this every single month. If you want to see what that actually looks like, Slyde has a 14-day trial, so you can batch a week of slideshows, let them post on their own schedule, and just watch what happens without living on